John Brandow.
How's it going, Greg?
Not bad. Nice to see you. John has come over from Wildwood store into the bunker. It was a long journey. He had to pack a lunch. Well, we're here in the underground facility at Wildwood Guitars in our little tone chamber, our tone chasm, if you will. And we're going to be messing around with a new Gibson GForce tuning mechanism that comes in the back of the headstock that allows you to go from tuning to tuning to tuning to tuning to tuning. Very attractive for someone who's gigging and they want to be able to go from standard tuning to open E, where I'm at right now, back to standard tuning, open G to dadgad to unit. How many tunings are there?
32.
32 doggone tunings. Or perhaps you're a weekend warrior. Your stage is your bedroom, or you want to engage in some of these crazy tunings, but maybe you're not Johnny on the spot when it comes to getting out your tuning. What was that tuning again? How do I do that? Also, just press the, your menu, you press through it, and yada, 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 you're in tune, ready to engage in fiendish songcraft in the privacy of your own boudoir.
You could even, Greg, even make 32 more of your own tunings that no one else in the world has ever even heard of.
Wait a minute.
They're all stored in there too.
That's kind of a delicious kind of go off the grid moment.
Maybe you're a drop Z kid and you want to drop it further than anything. You could put it all in there. It's all there.
That's how the GForce rolls, ladies and gentlemen. Strange voyages to distant lands yet uncharted. It's bold talk. So I'm in open E right now. Would you be so kind as to show the kids out there how we can instantaneously-ish go from open E to standard tuning?
We can do that.
Because you are the master of this technology.
I am the master. Apparently I am the master.
And you don't have to be, this is just, he knows it, I don't know it, so he's showing me, folks. This is an organic happening. Dig it. Come.
All right. So we just need to push a couple buttons here, power the system on, get ourselves over to the right color on the right letter in the back.
All right.
Hit our enter button. The magic happens.
Ooh, I see
Give it a nice strum.
I see a variety of...
The lights will blink, a light bright of sorts, and
lo and behold, that was pretty doggone fast.
That was pretty good.
I have to say. And of course, seeing these things move by themselves, it's almost like you're kind of part of a paranormal experience, which is a fantasy world to a lot of people.
Yes.
So the fact that you're able to be a part of it is kind of cool.
Guitars with built-in poltergeists are always approved.
That's what I'm talking about. That was physical enthusiasm as exemplified with hand movement. Okay, so let's hear this doggone thing. And the guitar sounds good too, which is important. You don't want to put this kind of a mechanism on a guitar that sounds like poop.
No.
You want the whole thing to be a home run. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So now let's say you're in an ensemble, you're playing someplace and you want to indulge in a little bit of dadgad activity, a tuning that some Celtic people like to use. Jimmy Page used it. He got that from Davy Graham and Bert Jansch and all kinds of different people that could conjure up either the exotic flavors of the Far East or some Celtic activities, depending on what part of town you're from, I reckon. So show us, if you could, using your great mastery of this system, how quickly we can go from now standard tuning to dadgad, which of course is D-A-D-G-A-D. Hence the name dadgad, right? Just in case you weren't hip to what that was all about.
All the magic is happening already. We have our blinking lights again.
The poltergeists are well in play. And this is good because in case you're in the midst of talking to a mutant in the crowd going, dude, when are you going to do your dadgad medley? And you're like, hey, I'm getting to it. I'm trying to tune my guitar. And then you can converse with the mutant as your guitar is simultaneously tuning.
Okay, so we also just did a tuning, Greg, and I'm not 100% sure on this one because sometimes you're just not sure.
Right.
Sometimes we're just not sure. So what we're going to do is we're even going to go in here. We're going to fine tune this one, and let's just make sure. So there's a string by string mode.
Okay.
To really dial this guy in, and we're going to make sure that we're as comfortable as possible that one guy in the crowd
is going to be satiated,
who knows what dadgad's supposed to sound like, is properly happy with your dadgad. I'm going to say go for it.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Pretty groovy. That was pretty doggone quick. John, you're a wizard.
I think the guitar's a wizard.
I think there's wizardry aplenty just floating around here in the atmosphere. I'm getting a contact buzz from the wizardry being exemplified here in the Wildwood Lair. What? Oh, don't try. Now, let us go back to standard tuning if we could. Show us the way.
All right.
Show me the way. What? So you're pressing magical buttons.
I am pressing magical buttons again, and they're really not that magical. They're actually pretty easy. It's pretty self-explanatory, and everyone knows how to strum. We're assuming at this point in time,
Right.
you have figured out how to strum said strings from top to bottom or bottom to top.
And when all the lights go green, you're in tune.
And you are good to go.
So we got the D string there. There we go. Now it's in. And we're back to standard
Now
tuning.
you're back to standard tuning.
Be diddly deed.
Good bass.
Exotic sounds of the East.
And that tuning was so fast, there would have been no time for the bass player to drop that one terrible joke that he's been planning for years.
Oh,
and years.
yeah, when he gets to the microphone. Hey, did you hear the one? Hey, we're done. Boom, 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 bow. You know what I'm saying? You've just been deflated and humiliated, which is really the kind of usual zone where bass players inhabit. Did you ever hear that joke, John, of what's the... Now, we're just joking about bass. We love bass players. And without bass players, we'd be doomed. But they're the butt of a few jokes, and that's all right. Because they always work. Good bass players always work. Guitar players, you know, we're a dime a dozen. Good bass player always works. So steady. What's the difference between Santa Claus and a room full of bass players?
I have no idea.
Santa has gifts. Making friends all over the world here at Wildwood Guitars. Greg Koch here with John Brandow from the shop, showing us the GForce system on the new Gibson Guitars. We hope you got a little something out of this, and we'll see you on the flippity and the flop.